Hello everybody, welcome to Bitcoin Daily, 9 a.m. Central European Time on the dollar. We do the show every day, Monday to Friday, because we gotta know what's happening in Bitcoin, altcoins, and everything else. And guys, I know it's not, Monday to Friday. I know it's not 9 a.m. Central European Time. I understand that very, very well. But guys, we gotta do a stream. We didn't have, yesterday was nothing happening. It's still weekend. The price is stabilizing around the, what's that? 24k or something like that. 24.5k, 24.6, 24.7k. So we are just about to have the most wonderful time you can actually have in crypto. That's when Bitcoin breaks the most important resistance of all, 25k. And I have found another indication on the charts that actually might show us that we are gonna pump above 25k in the next 2 months. I'm gonna show you why in the next 2 months. That said, I'm also gonna give you a story about Matic and how Matic did almost 9x from a top. I'm gonna show you that. And of course, like Malne says in the chat, this is Uma. In Telegram, Malne said, keep eyes on a shitcoin Uma. So this is Uma over here. And when Mladen says something, we keep an eye on that. So, not only me, but, to the rest of you guys, Mladen says keep an eye on this thing over here. For whatever reason. How it perform, when will it pump, how it will do that. But right now, everything has these same kind of patterns on the charts. Everything, a lot of coins, not a lot, I think like 90% of coins have done this move up here right now on the weekly time frame. The 10-20 moving average jumped on the 10-20 moving average, hugging, and right now it's going towards this 50 moving average up here. Now UMA has 43% up until the 43%. So Malana says watch UMA, but I say watch waves, guys. Watch waves. Where is waves? Here is waves. Watch waves, guys. Watch waves, because the 50 moving average after 10-20 moving average, the next big move is to the 50 moving average, and on waves you got up 187% to the next 50 moving average. So Milana says UMA, I say waves, but maybe UMA is also gonna bounce. But that's how I look at for these next targets. That's the 50 moving average on the weekly time frame. So once everything is above 10-20 moving average, the next major resistance on the moving averages is the 50 moving average. And waves has one of these big moves right now coming in. That's 187% towards the UMA has 43%. It might perform better than that as well. I don't know. Coins, do crazy stuff, but I would say watch waves as well. Guys, how you doing? Today is Sunday, like we said, but we gotta do a stream today because we hadn't had any stream yesterday, and we gotta know what's happening because things are about to get very, very interesting, guys. Very, very interesting. And I'm not that bearish, guys. I'm not that bearish. The optimism high. The price is stabilizing itself around 24.5k. So I think it's right now, we are not dumping, but we are not pumping either. But it doesn't look that bad. How is everybody doing in the chat? Laro Pablo, dump it, baby. Nah, not yet. XRP Legend, what's the news? Sunday special. Sunday special from time to time. Nothing, we just on the 6 month top. What's happening, Chris? How you doing, man? Silata na približaneto. Hello, how you doing? Lana, what's up? Football Dream, 100x. Good morning, Wei, how you doing, man? Ruby, let's go. Ruby, boom. The green is gold, it's only up from here. Probably, hopefully. Yesterday when we closed the stream, the price dumped and pumped back into the channel, wrecked bears and bulls. Yeah, so after that stream, it did go a little bit up, a little bit down, but it's just consolidating right now. It looks like consolidation. Hey, Riley, how you doing, man? Yes, and we're back. We gotta know. Jurgen, we gotta know. Dobar dan. Huffy just bought some coins I think will pump when Hong Kong opens crypto again in June. It might be the case. Now, where should we start? Let's start with the thing that I said in the start of the stream. I found another interesting metric on the charts that might indicate that we are going to perform very well in the next 2 months. So what is this metric up here? Let's clean up the chart first. And we're going to change this over here to Hikinashi candles. These are Hikinashi candles. You can see up here. Where is it? These candles up here. Hikinashi. We're gonna use these candles up here. Now you see that they give some kind of a they give some kind of indication that of the trend. Now on the weekly, especially on the daily time frame, like these trends change way too often, like blue red, blue red, blue red, blue red. They change way too often. So you gotta go bigger time frames to see these big trend changes. Now if you go to the weekly time frame, you can see very clearly these red trends over here and blue trends. But we want to avoid these middle parts of these micro trends. So we go to the monthly time frame, and over here you'll see that we already changed the direction up here. So if you see up here on the Hikinashi candles that this downtrend over here right now, we are already getting the blue candles over here. We had the blue candles up here, we had the blue candles over here. Over here is some kind of downtrend over here, but this started going towards the upside. So I think we are in this some kind of this move over here. But this is not good enough for me. This is not good. So we're gonna go to 2 monthly time frame. 2 monthly time frame, and this is very, very nice because over here, once this downtrend is done, once this bear market is done, once this changes goes towards the upside, it becomes blue all the way towards the top, right? Then you have these these points up here, but right over here we had a little bit a movement towards the downside, but for most part it goes towards the upside. Also this is 2 monthly time frame. Now look here what's happening right here. Now we have 9 days left and 12 hours, 10 days left on this 2-hourly candle. Over here we are getting the doji candle towards the bottom side. Now when it comes to Hikinashi candles, this means that some kind of change can happen. It does not have to happen, but it can happen. The change can happen, and often these candles start either at the start of the move, when you get into the red zone, or at the end of the move. So right now, what you're seeing right now, although I am not very good at analyzing the Hikinashi candles, I do like the doji here on the 2-month time frame over here, 2-month time frame, because it indicates some kind of indecision, it indicates some kind of change in this trend over here, and in 10 days this will over here probably turn into the green candle train. You'll also see here at the bottom down here we had a doji candle up here. These were increasing in the speed, and then we had a doji candle, and the same thing happened in the 2014 bottom down here. We had some kind of creases, turn around, and then you get to this doji candle. It's not actually perfect doji, but you got these big wicks towards upside and downside. And on Hikinashi candles you don't have these big these wicks on the upside when you're in downtrend, and when you're uptrend you don't have these big wicks on the downside, right? So when you get to these kind of changes up here, you can see here you have big wicks on the upside and downside. It means some kind of change is about to happen. Does not have to happen, but it can definitely happen. Over here you also see that right now we are getting this very, very nice, there is no wicks on the upside, and right now we are getting wicks on the upside and downside, and it does mean that we could potentially be in for a very, very big move. This is just one additional indicator for one additional indicator for bullish sentiment. Up here. Let's go to our webpage up here and media up here. Let's just scroll a little bit down here. And this is not the first one. Like there are a lot of indicators that are telling us that we are on the bottom. So anybody doing analysis on any kind of charts and stuff like that, they do see these kind of things, right? So let me show you up here. I posted a long time ago. I don't want to look chart by chart, so I'm gonna just find the images and show you the images. Let's go a little bit down. I should have probably done this before we started the stream, but whatever. Here we go. How is this not the bottom? September 6, 2022, and there are 4 charts over here. So let's look at the chart. This is the first chart of Bitcoin on the monthly time frame, and you'll see these bottoms down here. See these bottoms on the stochastic indicator right now, indicating that we are at some kind of bottom, right? So this is the first one, right? Then the second one up here, this is the RSI. When RSI on the monthly time frame goes to some kind of 40 levels, even almost lower than 40 levels, we are at some kind of bottom, right? Some kind of bottom, right? This is my own TLI overextend indicator. Every time we get overextend towards downside, it does indicate some kind of bottom very, very nicely. And over here we got extend towards downside as well. So it indicates some kind of bottom, right? This is the Bollinger Bands, and every time these Bollinger Bands start, they explode towards downside. This is also a monthly time frame. You go to some kind of top, and once you get some kind of bottom, this comes back up here and starts curving sideways, right? So the same thing happening here in 2000. 2017, you know, we came some kind of, you know, extensions towards downside, and then we start curving towards upside. As soon as we get some kind of bottom, this, you know, flattens out. And you can see up here as well, when it came some kind of top, this extended, and right now it's curving towards downside over here, right? As soon as this curve starts happening over here, you know, pretty much it's, you know, the bottom is in. So there are definitely, you know, indications that we have, you know, finished the bottom. You know, the Hikinashi candles over here is just another indicator. It's not one indicator that says that, oh, this might turn around. No, it's just, you know, another indication that we are. If you look at a monthly time frame, we already changed the trend over here when it comes to Hikinashi candles, but we don't do a lot of Hikinashi candles here on the channel, so we're not gonna, you know, take that too seriously. But you know, it's another interesting point that, you know, we see on the charts might actually look very, very nice. Now, before we go over to Bitcoin, let me tell you a story about Matic, because a lot of people want to short Matic. Even I want to short Matic. Let me show you up here. I said yesterday that up here I will be shorting Matic around, you know, 161, and I post this chart over here, and that's the chart up here on the Matic up here on the daily time frame or something like that, right? It's some kind of daily time frame up here. This actually broke the trend, so I'm just gonna remove this. This horizontal line has some kind of resistance line. You can see up here there's a very nice trend line over here going towards exactly 161. It could pull back a little bit up here and go to 167 or something like that, and then you know, it might be shorting time. It is getting a little bit extended, stuff like that, you know, on this impulsive move towards upside up here, right? I gotta tell you guys, Matic, you know, playing with Matic is like playing with fire. Let me show you what happened in previous bull market. In the previous bull market, and how this actually played out. And let's see up here. And I'm going to show you right up here. Let's go to the weekly time frame, because we have been watching this on the weekly time frame. I could not understand how this can actually happen. So we've been seeing that Matic has been doing some kind of Matic did some kind of explosive move towards upside up here, from the bottom down here towards the top. It did like 36x. Guys, Matic did 36x, and it came into this consolidation phase up here, right? And everything on the indicators has been telling us that this needs to pull down a little bit, then go towards upside. When something does 36x, you gotta understand, you know, this needs to pull back, right? So we've been screaming for a pullback over here. Yeah, this needs to pull back, this needs to go down, but it did not go down. Just went sideways up until 10 moving average and explode up here. But if you look at the indicators down here, you'll see, for example, that on the weekly, the RSI, the goddamn RSI on the weekly was 97, 92, came as low down as 84 before it pumped another, you know, another 9x. So after doing 36x, it pumped another 9x after that, with you know, weekly RSI being at some kind of extreme overbought levels, right? And it just pumped from 84. It pumped from 84, right? And I just couldn't believe it. We've been following this on the weekly time frame. We've been seeing this this move. I don't know how many of you guys been here when we are doing that. You know, I was saying, this gotta pull back. No pullbacks, guys. Strong bull markets, no pullbacks. So, word of caution when it comes to strong coins, and right now one of these strongest coins is still Matic over here. So you know, it needs to pull back a little bit. Maybe it might consolidate a little bit, but you know, the move is towards the upside. So be careful about shorting Matic. You know, even I want to short Matic because I see, you know, it's extended. But be careful, guys. Be careful. And now we can actually look at what's happening with Bitcoin. Bitcoin is just going sideways up here. On the weekly time frame, we are not breaking above the 50 and the 200 moving average up here. We are breaking above the resistance up here at 24,300, which is very, very important resistance. On the monthly time frame, this is even lower down here, which is actually good. But on the monthly time frame, we got something like 10 days left on that. And on the monthly time frame, we are breaking the 10 and the 50 moving average and the resistance up here. So we are already in some kind of option if this can actually stay above up here. Because if you remember this 50 moving average on the monthly time frame, it is very important. This yellow line, because previously when it came down there, we went below the 50, we tried to get up, nope, back down again, tried to get up, nope, pulled back down, you know, pumped towards the 50 moving average, pulled back a little bit, and right now we are pumping above the 50 moving average on the monthly time frame, which is hugely important line. Over here on the weekly time frame, we are sitting just below 10, 50 and 200 moving average. We are sitting just below 50 and 200 moving average, and we still need to break that. But even if we close below that, it's not a big deal. This is still creating higher highs up here on the chart. We got some kind of higher low up here, but we got a higher high. So the trend is towards the upside. Over here we got a low, higher low. So the trend is still towards the upside. The trend has definitely changed. Anybody who says the trend has not changed, I don't get it. Could we pull back over here? Now there was a I was actually looking at that as a probable move up here, but this move towards downside up here did not push us back down immediately towards downside. Now oftentimes how these patterns work is when you got some kind of top, you create some kind of top, and then you pull back a little bit, just like over here, you pull back a little bit. What happens then is you explode towards the upside, get everybody out that's shorted up here, and then you do a big fast move towards the downside. There is no big fast move up here at the top. We just managed to get about 10-20 moving average. We are consolidating up here. Not only that, we are consolidating at the top of the range over here. There's some kind of triangle up here, top of the range. This looks very good, guys. There is no other way to analyze the chart. There is no other way to analyze the chart. This looks actually very, very good. Over here you'll see that we are sitting on this we are doing this biggest close move up here. Right now we are consolidating up here because it's weekend. Nobody wants to do anything on weekend. Can this pull down again? It can definitely pull down again, and I would say that if you just look at the moving averages up here, the white and the red line, so when you get some kind of 10 moving average and then you got this fast moving average that explodes away from it, comes back to it, and then hugs it, oftentimes what happens is these two breaks towards downside. This doesn't have to be the case, and I can actually definitely show you in some kind of bullish markets, in bull trends, this thing is over here, goes something like this, and then just explodes towards upside without actually ever crossing. But in some kind of normal trend, in some kind of, what are you gonna say, some kind of bearish trends, this will most likely be the case. You will see the 20 and the 10 moving average. You'll see the 10 moving average getting extended from the 20 moving average. You'll see dropping back down towards the 20 moving average, curving up here, curving with the 20 moving average, and then losing the momentum and going towards the downside. This is very normal, but this only happens, or rather we should say it is more common to happen in some kind of bearish trends or some kind of sideways long-term sideways consolidation pattern. So have we been down here at some kind of bottom over here or something like that, we could say that this might be the case or something like that. But right now we have broken a very important trends over here. Even these longer term trends up here, what is it? Let's just go a little bit up here. Even these longer term trends up here are broken. Everything of this downtrend over here is broken right now. Everything is broken towards upside. The trends has 100% definitely changed into the upside direction. And I just showed you that some indications, even Hikinashi candles, are showing that we are actually indeed in fact bullish. So the shorting part of the trading, be careful with that, because shorts will always be short-lived and longs will always be long-lived, right? So when you're shorting, we can definitely see extensions, we can definitely see probabilities for pullbacks, but always take your profits, always, because the moves that you're thinking gonna happen, they just don't happen, right? The pullbacks that you think you're gonna have, you don't have. So as soon as you're in some kind of profit, it's okay, you take profits on your shorts. And especially when it comes to Matic, because I showed this before a couple of days ago, when Bitcoin pulls back, Matic pulls back as well. But when Bitcoin stops pulling back and tries to recover just a little bit, Matic explodes. And I just showed you that Matic can go up to the 95 or something like that on the RSI on the weekly time frame and still pump 10x from there, right? Be careful about shorts. In strong bullish trends, I can see the receding hairline. Yeah, man, it's like my dad, man. It's okay, man. I'm 40 years old. It's normal. I look at it as a sign of, maturity. No problem. I also got a little bit, gray beard, so it's okay. No problem. I already got kids, I already caught a wife and got a couple of kids, I don't need to look all that beautiful, I gotta stop tying my dot shorts. There you go. So shorts are short-lived, longs are, gonna perform a lot better. So if this does play out to our direction up here towards upside, which I think that it should. I mean, I'm trying not to be, overly too bullish or, too euphoric or something like that. But I do see that, there is more, room for upside than towards downside. I do see that, technically we are looking very, very nice by any kind of, you know, indication or indicator. So I have no reason to believe that, you know, we're just gonna hit the 50, 200 moving average and then retrace back down to 70k. Now to do that, there was a probability for that, and that probability over here, I think it kind of got failed up here. So this move up here towards upside, where they pull back, go and do big quick move above these lines up here, and then falls back. It is kind of weakening, because these kind of moves often are very, very fast, you know, towards downside, but this is not very fast. I mean, it's still doing this move, and it can definitely fall down, but you know, something big needs to happen, and by that time we'll have, like, you know, 5 Bitcoin dailies, you know, and you know, we're gonna tell you that you know, something looks bad, but right now nothing looks bad. This might be some kind of extend, smack, hug, dump pattern up here. So if it does dump, I'm looking at these supports down here, you know, where we can bounce off of that. Maybe even the, you know, 50 and 200 moving average down here. I don't know, but you know, there are definitely lines that need to be broken before we actually, you know, start crying ourselves to sleep. Let me show you one important line that, you know, once this is crossed, it's kind of game over. Bitcoin goes, you know, to the moon. Because we create right now this very important pivot point up here, and you look at this line up here. This is very, very important line. And why is this line very, very important? Because once this line is broken, we are exploding towards upside, guys. So it's not only just, you know, getting above the 25k or something like that right now, right? Right now it's, you know, getting above, you know, 25.5k. Tomorrow it's about 25.550. You know, a couple of days later it's you know, 25.7. It's this line up here that's very, very important line to break. And once you break that line, this trend line, once you get above this trend line on the daily time frame, this is gonna explode, because this is an uptrending line up here. And once you explode, you know, go through this, it's pretty much game over for the bears. There will be not one bear left. Everybody will be wrecked. The shortest capitulation will come in. Everybody will close their short, doesn't matter how much they believe, because they know once this daily uptrending trend line breaks towards the upside, it's gonna explode, guys. It's gonna explode. There is no other way to say it. And you know, thinking that it's gonna explode only to some kind of, you know, quick move up here to 30k, and you know, we're gonna get pullback. I don't think that's the case. I actually believe that Naden might be right on this one. I actually believe that, you know, we might go to 46k. To 46k. I actually believe once this is broken that we might go, because this next move up here is gonna be very fast, very big, very violent. So how it's gonna be up here, I don't know how it's gonna play out. But you know, 46k, Lamlana says, maybe that's the target, I don't know. But you know, 30k seems kind of low, guys. 30k seems kind of low for this explosive move towards the upside. I absolutely know right now, I mean, there are definitely resistance level up here at 30k and stuff like that, right? But I don't believe that, you know, we're gonna stop at 30k. We might get rejected a little bit, pull back or whatnot, consolidate, maybe even just drive right through. But it is not the target. You don't get enough FOMO up here to stop up here. So what's gonna happen up here, you know, if we do break towards upside, is we are looking for the FOMO. Just like over here in this first move towards upside, we had everybody disbelieving the move. We start people, you know, questioning themselves whether this move is real. They start a big FOMO up here, and then we pull back. Now, on a bigger time frame up here, this move up here is still going on. So we break this, you know, they're still thinking that this is just, you know, biggest bull trap ever. It's gonna go down. But once we start breaking, they're gonna be like, oh my god, it's gonna pull back on 30k, and doesn't pull back on 30k. So right now it's at 37. Oh my god, it's gonna pull back, it doesn't pull back still. And the third time up here, oh my god, it's gonna go to, you know, 100k. And once they start talking about 100k, then it's gonna pull back, right? So we gotta go, you know, up quite a while before people actually FOMO in and get this euphoria feeling. And you know, they're like, I don't care anymore, we're going to 100k. Once that happens, you know, we're going to all-time high. Once that happens, you are at some kind of top. You're at some kind of... Now, there are definitely interesting lines on the chart that might actually indicate that, you know, we're going to hit before 46k. I don't know which level that is. One of these lines that are very important to watch for is this up here, this top up here, this top up here, give or something like this, maybe something like this over here. And you'll see that this target up here on this line is something at, you know, 36k. So, you know, maybe it's not gonna be 46k, maybe it's gonna be something like 36k or something like that. I don't know where it's gonna be, but we're gonna, you know, we're gonna be looking at, you know, the psychology of the markets, you know, what Twitter is saying, what Instagram is saying, what, you know, people in the chat are saying, and when they become, you know, overly bullish and they start FOMOing, when Crypto Savvy starts FOMOing, I think he already FOMOs. He's just messing up his, you know, his followers. And I lost all respect for Crypto Savvy, guys. Yesterday he posted a video about, you know, he blocked CoinSkid, and then he went on a rant on his live stream, like calling people, you know, idiots and all kinds of names. Like he's a grown-ass man. You know, the language is not, you know, there is no need for that language. There is no, yeah. So I lost all, you know, I thought it was fun. I thought it was fun. He's still bearish. I think it's, you know, it's fun that Capo is bearish. I think that, you know, we need some kind of entertainment in the industry over here. But he just went, you know, way across the line. So, you know, zero respect for Crypto Savvy. So I do hope he gets wrecked. It's gonna be nice. It's gonna be nice. I'm looking at that line as a channel, and I think we'll got 46 and then retest line. Maybe, I mean, that could definitely be the case. Like, we break the line. Like, resistance line are not there that, you know, we're gonna stop here and it's game over. Like, you can break it, you can retest it, yeah. Like, resistance line are just, you know, regular lines on the chart that might indicate some kind of tops, you know. But they can also be broken. They can also be broken, right? I feel same about crypto. I don't have anything. You know, I watched Crypto Face, but you know, I don't put them those two in the same bucket. I think Crypto Face is okay. I watched some of his live stream stuff like that. Yeah, he does use swear words, but it's not calling, you know, everybody, you know, the names and stuff like that. Anyways, guys, that's what I actually want to do on this Sunday stream. Now, the important thing to know about Sunday today is that the volatility is gonna like, there has been zero volatility during the weekend right now, at least, you know, yesterday, and right now it's starting a little bit slow, but the volatility will hit again on Monday, and even before Monday. That's why we're doing this stream right now. Even before Monday, today's Sunday, before the daily Sunday close, like 4 hours before, maybe a little bit before that, maybe a little bit after that, I don't know, maybe after the daily close, but tonight is that, you know, people are getting ready for what's gonna happen on Monday, right? So you will already see moves, you'll already see, you know, people buying, people selling, people adjusting their position over the weekend right now to be there when the move starts happening, right? Crypto Savvy way better than Carl. No, it's not way better. I'm sorry, man, he's not. If you close above the medium line today on the Gushan channel, which is at 24.3, will be bullish. Am I there? There's a whole bunch of indicators right now telling us that, you know, we are bullish. Like, you gotta really, there is no indicator that's saying that, you know, oh, you're going to some kind of bear trend. If you look at a big time frames, there is, I have, if you can find me one indicator that's telling us right now that you are going some kind of, you know, bearish trend or something like that, you're gonna have a hard time finding that. All the bearish indicators is not bearish because we are breaking bearishly or something like that. It's like we haven't broken the resistance. But you can understand that whatever the resistance line on the indicators are, whatever the line, you know, whichever line it's showing, and you know, we gotta get above that to become bullish and stuff like that. Resistances are there to be broken. Resistances are there to be broken, and eventually they all get broken, and eventually the supports get broken on in the bear trends and so forth, right? So just because maybe on one or two indicators we are not above, you know, this and that line, a lot of other lines have been broken, and they are changing quickly. Guys, thank you for stopping by. I don't have anything much more to say. You know, check out UMA. Mladen says, you know, keep an eye on this thing over here, you know, whether this is gonna perform or not, I don't know, but you know, when Mladen says something, we do keep an eye on that. Watch Waves, guys. Waves is my pick when it comes to, you know, what's gonna pump big time, and I think this thing over here is gonna pump big time eventually, right? Eventually. So, you know, I always look at this 50 moving average as some kind of, you know, target towards the top up here. So I think Waves is, you know, a big move coming, so we're gonna see that. Besides that, I gave you a warning about shorting. Matic does tend to perform well. It is one of the strongest coins on in the crypto space right now. Be careful about shorting. Shorts needs to be short-lived. Watch your profits. Don't think, yeah, it's up here, it needs to pull back, you know, 200% down. Yeah, you know, shorts are short-lived. In a bullish trends, longs, you know, doesn't matter where you buy longs, they always hold the support levels, right? And they bounce down, they hold it very strongly, they maybe move a little bit below, but they always bounce hard, right? And shorts are short-lived. Short are short. So we are not in a bearish trend, we're in a bullish trend, and you know. So there is that. And what more to say? Yeah, Bitcoin does look nice. But definitely isn't the best to short. There you go. Edward, what's up? You don't want to forget follow. Thanks a mil for your great tema and wisdom. Krista, of course, of course. We just want to know the next move, guys. We are not perma bears or perma bulls. When it comes time to be a bear, we're gonna be a bear. When it comes time to be a bull, we're gonna be a bull. You know, and I see, and I feel sorry for the guys that are, you know, perma bears and perma bulls, like, and especially the guy. I think, you know that Capo guy on Twitter, right? Capo. Yeah, you know, he's got a lot of followers. He's got 720k followers on Twitter, right? No changes. I'm not buying still yet. He refuses to change his stance. He doesn't even give a little bit, you know, to his followers. Hey guys, I might be wrong, kind of thing. You know, I think I'm right, but you know, I might be wrong because you know stuff isn't going my way. And then he, you know, talked about this big, how he's on the right side, whatnot, right? 12k remains the target, and I think he needs to get wrecked because he doesn't show any kind of remorse or do you say he isn't humble at all? He's perma bear. He believes very strongly it's gonna go down, but he's wrecking his followers. Like he can tell his followers, I believe 12k is the target, and I truly believe that. But just maybe, all these other people that are bullish, they might be right. I might be wrong. If he said that to his followers, maybe followers, you know, think a little bit for themselves and maybe gonna say maybe he's not right because if he's wrong on this one, 720k followers are gonna get wrecked. I know that 720 followers are not actually, you know, doing the same thing he does, but there will definitely be people who are wrecked, right? So he needs to at least say that, you know, guys, I might be wrong. I believe 12k is target, but I might be wrong, just a little bit, you know. But no, nothing of that sort of thing. I've been out of market from 40k levels. So I do believe that this guy gets wrecked to learn a lesson. I do believe that, you know, Crypto Savvy needs to get wrecked to learn the lesson, you know, and hopefully that's gonna be the case. Some of these guys are wrong-footed and can't accept. Market always humbles these kind of people. Like, I believed very strongly when we were down at, you know, June lows. I believed so strongly that I bought everything, right? You remember, guys? Down here, I bought everything. When we came to the bottom down here, I started buying everything in June. Literally everything. I had 20-30% or something like that of my cash left. I wanted to buy, you know, if it goes a little bit lower over here. Unfortunately, I FOMO'd up here at the top. And then, you know, I was sitting in my full position up here. And then we went lower. But if you remember when we went lower down here, I kind of lost faith in the bottom. I kind of lost a little bit faith in the bottom over here. And I did definitely see, okay, now that we are down, there is probability to, you know, go even lower, right? But until something actually happens, you know, you gotta ask yourself, you know, is it normal or not? So I don't want you guys to get wrecked if I'm wrong. So when I say that, you know, stuff, you know, I believe strongly this can go towards upside, but there might be a chance for this move up here. I'm not, you know, perma bull or perma. Right now, I'm not, you know, perma bull. Like I'm bullish. I'm optimistic. I'm not euphoric. I'm optimistic, and I see positivity. But I'm not gonna be like, yes, 100k next. That's one more thing. If you watched the Ivan on Tech show today, he talks about 180k. Let me just show you something. So the price for the next bull market top and stuff like that, right? And this is very easily, you know, figured out. So let's do logarithmic chart up here because that's nice. So from the previous top up here to the top up here, we went 15x. 15x. From previous top up here to this top up here, we went 39x. 39x, 15x. From this top up here to this top up here, we went 3x, okay? This is only from top to top. 39, 15, 3x. You see how we're going down when it comes to the tops? Okay, that's one thing. So, assuming that we are going from the top to the top, previous top up here, towards upside, 3x. Not 3x, 200%. We are looking at possible target of 200k. So anybody telling you that we are gonna do something like, you know, 500,000 or something like that, take it with a grain of salt, because nothing on the chart is showing right now that this, you know, curvature up here is suddenly for some reason gonna do this move up here. Nothing is right now telling us that this move is gonna happen, that, you know, that this, you know, parabolic move towards up for some reason is gonna happen. So 200, you know, should be some kind of target towards the upside. I mean, just looking at it, you know, from top to the top, 200k, right? 200k, give or take. Now let's look at a little bit different here, from the bottom to the bottom, right? From this bottom towards the top up here, 593x, 592.3x, doesn't matter, 593x. From this bottom over here, very bottom up here, towards the top up here, 120x, 120x. From this bottom over here to this top up here, 20x. Do you see how this changes? Do you see why people made a whole bunch of money back here and not making so much over here? Because it is curving, and that's why we always say you're not gonna get rich on Bitcoin, you're gonna get rich on altcoins. So 259, 120, 20x. You cannot expect that right now the next move is gonna go above 20x. You cannot expect that the next move is gonna be you know, be something like up here. No, it's gonna be at most 20x. And where is 20x up here? Then 20x up here, 330k at most. So you got between 200 and 347 is some kind of a realistic target based on the previous. So that means that we don't do less than that. I mean, we just do as good as the previous bull market. That's some kind of realistic target, right? But I'm gonna argue that this is not gonna be 20x. This might be 10x or even less. And the other part might be not even, you know, 3x, might be just, you know, 1x or, you know, 2x or something like that. Like, these are some kind of realistic target, because we already know that the price of Bitcoin is mathematical model of, you know, some kind of progression, and this progression goes curving towards stability over here. So eventually, you know, over here it will stabilize itself. You won't be getting these big, you know, 592x moves. It's just not gonna happen, right? Altcoins must still have these kind of moves. So that's why I'm saying, when people start shilling, you know, Bitcoin is gonna go to 500,000, 1 million, these crazy targets, don't be so euphoric and hopeful, you know, living on the hope that you're gonna think it. Like, be a little bit realistic, right? And I would say anything above 80k, is a dangerous territory, guys. You might be saying, what, man, only 80k? It's better to be on the safe side than be, you know, one of these guys that are, like, I'm not gonna sell at 80k, but, you know, I'm gonna start watching for euphoria levels, you know, euphoria levels. Have you guys noticed that Bitcoin is behaving very similar to the way it did just before the FTX dump? What do you think? Look at the daily chart. The waves are very similar, in my opinion. Yeah. You should do that thing, post it on Twitter, tag me on the post, and I'll check it out. But I want to go and, you know, research that thing. So if you got some kind of lines, nice lines on the chart that are showing that the FTX and Bitcoin are somehow correlated, have some kind of fractals just before the dump and stuff like that, do post that on Twitter, tag me on Twitter, and I'll check it out on the next Bitcoin Daily. Guys, thank you for stopping by. This was just a little bit, you know, Sunday information before the big moves. Before the big moves on Monday. That will definitely, volatility will definitely kick in 100%. Altcoins will move, Bitcoin will move, everything will move, you know, and yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Have a nice Sunday, guys. I'm gonna go and I don't want to stop the stream because I know I have to go down and argue with my wife about, you know, stuff. So she's mad because I'm sleeping too late. I'm up too late, you know. So it's always a big problem. If I fix my sleeping patterns, I fix my marriage. So, but I'm thinking, like, what's more important, me sleeping well, or me sitting at, you know, late at night watching charts and whatnot, right? And I think watching charts is more important. Okay, guys, I'll see you around. Bye-bye. Join Bybit, as always.